Coach, a wire-to-wire win, another successful contest on this road trip. What are you most proud of on this one?
I'm proud of the way we start games with the mentality to guard, number one, and share the basketball. We guard, we get stops, and then 39 assists, only 11 turnovers. Those are the concepts that we've been working on, and it's good to see the guys put it on the floor.
In the past, the road had been an Achilles heel for the Pelicans. They were so much better at home. Right now, you're 11-7. What's helped you flip the script and get your footing in hostile territory, so to speak?
Well, like I said, it's really a credit to the character in that locker room, realizing that we're a work team, and we'll continue to be honest about the things that we're doing well and be positive about it, but there's some things that we can improve on, and the guys are dedicated to getting better, and we come in every day with that mindset. And, it's hard to win in the NBA. It's hard to win on the road, so we don't take this for granted, but this is a big-time win for us.
And we talked about the importance of this road trip coming into it. Just started off 2 straight games where you're up by 40-plus at one point. Just what do you really like about the way your team is playing right now?
Well, I'm blessed. We're blessed and grateful to have 2 games like that where we start off dominating. And it's hard to do, especially against 2 teams that move and shoot the ball the way they do, and they can guard. And you got guys that play different positions. But, credit to Jaron Collins and Coach JB who worked on, this scout tonight. And we really worked on it in practice. We worked on it in film. And the guys went out and executed the game plan.
And what stands out of some of these blowouts is these aren't games where Z and BI are scoring 30, 40 points. It seems like everybody's kind of chipping. You're close to 40 assists as a team tonight. How do you like just how much everybody is chipping in right now?
Yeah, I think that's the growth factor for us is there's going to be nights because it's going to be nights that, Z may have 12, 13, 14 points. The same thing with BI. And are we okay with that? When we're winning games and you can see that the double-digit scoring is with 7, 8, 9 guys, are we okay sometimes, with just having a solid night? And this was a growth moment. The guys were happy in the locker room, happy for each other. And that's what it's about. It's about a team win, guarding, rebounding the ball, sharing the basketball on the offensive end, and taking care of the ball, low turnover games.
Coach, the last time you guys were on national TV is probably a night you guys want to forget. You're back on national TV tonight. Do you feel like this was kind of a statement to show everybody how different this team is since Vegas and what has been the difference since Vegas?
It's more about proving to ourselves the standard that we want to set for ourselves. And Vegas wasn't it. And we were honest about that. That was a poor performance on our part. We played with a lack of energy. I don't want to continue to go back. Let's stay positive. But we had some honest discussions about it, and we want to hold ourselves to a certain standard. And the last, 10, 15 games since Vegas has been more of what we're about. And that's the goal, continue to move forward.
And also with BI, seem like he's more efficient, more joy in this game this year? Am I wrong in what I'm saying? Or?
He's having a ball. He's sharing the basketball. He's defending. He's one of our leaders on and off the floor. It's great to see him set the tone and play with such force and efficiency, like you said, Mark.
And we've talked a lot about the offense in some of these blowouts, but what do you like about just where you are defensively right now as a team and just the way you're getting stops consistently?
Well, it all starts with that. We're a team that we know we have to defend. We have to guard. We have to contest shots. And then we work our tails off defensively, making sure that we finish those possessions and not give up a ton of offensive rebounds. This is a good offensive rebounding team. They still beat us in that category, but that's the focus for us is making sure that our game plan discipline defensively is at a high level. And tonight, credit to all of our guys in the locker room, they did that.
Coach, the way you guys were hitting threes is almost like you beat them at their own game tonight. And then you had Valanciunas pretty much doing whatever he wanted inside the paint there. Was the mentality just to keep the foot on the gas pedal and not let up, knowing that, you know, the Warriors can have their own shooters and try to take over a game?
For sure. We know that this is a group that the Warriors, that they have heart, they play with pride, they want to protect their home floor. They just had a loss here a few nights ago, so we didn't want to let them back in the game. They made a run, and then a credit to our guys. Once again, they responded. And JV had a huge third quarter. I think 15 points, 4 rebounds, something like that. But, you know, it was a big-time response from our guys. Okay, thank you.
Congrats on the win. The road seems to have become a source of strength lately for the Pelicans, where at the beginning of the season it was a hurdle you had to cross. 11-7 now away from the Smoothie King Center. Could you identify what's different now when you play away?
I think definitely our defensive intensity. Said it in my post-game interview, we've just been locked in tune with each other on the defensive end, and it leads our offense. And it leads to everybody feeling confident. We're able to share the ball, and, we get wins.
2 dominating victories on this road trip where you came out of the locker room ready to play, red hot. How important is it to set the tone early?
It's always good to set the tone because earlier in the season, the first group, we definitely struggled with that. So it's good to see improvement on that. But like I said, it's just our defensive effort. Our defense leads our offense, and, we're just able to get wins.
The Bill Russell T-shirt. Anything? Is he a hero of yours? A specific?
Bill Russell's a legend on the court and off the court, especially during the time period he played. 11 rings. That's. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think we're gonna see that broken for a long time. It's just a sign of respect.
Yeah, and during this last couple weeks, you guys have been one of the best defenses in the league. I know you mentioned the effort, but what do you really like about what y'all are doing on that end right now?
Our communication. We're communicating, and like I said, we're just in tune. Herb is a big reason for that. He's communicating the most on the defensive end, and when that first group comes out like that, we get it to a fast start.
And it feels like in a lot of these blowout games, it really isn't taking like you or BI or CJ going for 30, 40. It seems like kind of everybody's chipping in. I know like in year 2, it felt like a lot of those games it was you and BI. Felt like y'all had to score to give y'all a chance. I guess how different does it feel with this group?
We got a lot of depth. Our bench is deep. So in games like this, when you can have 8 people in double figures, that's big time. So, games like this down the line, it's going to open up. It's going to give me and BI more space to operate.
And in the first half, it was the threes really ran it down. And in the second half, it was JV in the third quarter, and then you in the fourth really dominating in the paint. How dangerous is this team when y'all are able to do both, really hit threes and dominate in the paint?
A night like tonight, you feel unstoppable. But it's a long season. There are going to be games where we're not hitting shots, and our defense is going to have to carry us. So I feel like the more we are, consistent on defense, the better we are. You guys have a great night.
CJ, just getting 2 wins like this to start off the road trip. Just what do you really like about just where the team is right now and the way y'all been able to dominate these last 2 games?
I think we've just been doing a great job of executing the game plan. Starts with how we defend, getting off to good starts in that first quarter, defending at a high level, taking advantage of transition, playing inside and out, sharing the ball. I think we had 39 assists tonight. Doing the little things that are necessary to win on the road, defending, not getting up second chance opportunities, and then you got to make a lot of threes, especially in the league the way it is today. And I think we've been doing all of those things collectively.
And this was a night where y'all started off really hot from the 3-point line, and then the second half it was JV in the third and then Z in the fourth really dominating the paint. Just how dangerous is this team when y'all are able to do both?
Yeah, we got to take advantage of matchups, take advantage of opportunities. Some nights it's your night, some nights it's going to be somebody else. And whenever the game kind of gets bogged down, our team goes on a run, you can throw the ball inside and take advantage of, the elite players we have on this roster. Third quarter, JV had great matchups, try to get some pick and roll to get them kind of moving and hit the pocket, allow him to finish, just kind of throw it in and let him go to work, especially if they're going to play ones. In the fourth quarter, he did a great job of controlling pace, finishing around the basket. He set some great screens, rolled. We got some side-to-side movements with some flare screens for Trey, some dribble handoffs for Hawkins. I think that's what it's going to take for us to win games. Everybody's going to be ready to contribute. Coach has got to continue to give us a great game plan, and we got to go execute it.
I think y'all are like second, I want to say, in defense since Vegas. Just what have y'all really done on that end just to find success?
Yeah, just sticking to the basics. One possession at a time, communicating more effectively, taking advantage of our switch lineups where we can switch 1 through 4, 1 through 5, and then the biggest thing is getting the rebound. It's hard to guard guys in this league, so when you get a stop, you got to secure the rebound and you got to play with pace off misses, and I think we've been doing that. Outside of that Laker game, I think we had 2 losses that we probably shouldn't have had. We'll call it 3 in Memphis, Houston, and then we drop an egg or lay an egg at home against Clippers. But outside of that, like you said, we're playing great basketball. We're being consistent for over a month now, and want to continue to stack those days.
How important is it that y'all have been able to have just some consistency with the lineups and having guys out there, instead of the way it's been the past couple of years?
Health matters, man. It matters. It matters for game plan. It matters for practice. It matters for camaraderie, chemistry, execution. You got to be used to playing with guys to get the results that you want. I think we're getting there.
CJ, when you guys got off to that great start, as we mentioned earlier, with those 3-pointers almost taking a page out of their game, was the mentality to really keep the foot on the gas the entire 48 minutes against the team where they have guys like Steph and Clay who can, try to take over a game? Was that the mentality going forward, especially after that first quarter?
Yeah, we just wanted to get off to a good start. We wanted to be dominant throughout the entire game, and that's just more of a mentality, playing with force, playing with pace. Everything starts at the defensive end for us. We've been a good defensive team all year. We've been an elite defensive team the last 40 days, and we know for us to win games, it comes down to defense, especially on the road. Offense, you can figure it out. You can run pick and roll. You can run motion. You can run auto. We got a lot of options on offense and a lot of players that can score. But for us to be successful, we got to guard at a high level, have game plan discipline, and respect your opponent. And I think we've respected our opponents throughout. And this is a championship caliber team historically who is going to respond to runs, and they're a great third quarter team. So we just wanted to kind of stem the tide and run away and get a victory in a row.
You mentioned the chemistry, this team really coming together over this last month. Do you feel like now this you guys are starting to hit your stride, and this is the time for you guys to make a run and be that team that makes the playoffs and becomes a contender now?
We just got to continue to put together good days, man. We got goals that we want to accomplish collectively. Winning on the road is a part of the process. Beating teams under 500 is a part of the process, and then continuing to play at a high level when you're playing against teams over 500. So this will be a good road trip for us, and this will be a good month for us to kind of see where we're at and kind of gauge what we need to improve on and what we can continue to do better.
Don't shake your head. Midget. Sorry to the midget community.
Well, I say it's
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But these back-to-back wins to start off the road trip, dominating the way y'all have. What do you just like about the way the team is playing right now?
Guys really sharing the ball. It's beautiful to watch. We've been shooting the ball at a really high level right now, and then our defense is really carried on the road. I'm just really proud of my guys and, just what we've done, the work we've put in, and, yeah.
And y'all are like number 2 on defense since Vegas. Where have y'all really made a jump on that end?
Really just locking in. I mean, our guys, B.I., Zion, they've been really locking in. CJ as well. They've really been locking in on defense, and I think that's been the biggest turnaround for us. When your main guys are, locked in on defense, they're able to, shed a little bit of energy to the rest of the guys.
And the fact that y'all have so many guys contributing right now, how much does that kind of put pressure on opposing teams when you got so many different guys that can get 10, 15, 20 points on any given night?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we have the deepest team in the entire league. Like, we have 12, 13, 14 guys that can all play, like, on any team. Like, all can be rotational players. So I just feel like we're about close to where we need to have that conversation about the Pelicans for sure, because we're definitely on the way.
And what conversation is that?
You know what conversation I'm talking about.
And I got to ask, I mean, it looked like you showing some love to a Bay Area guy, Larry June, with a jacket. Just want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, no, I've become a really big Larry June fan. His music is really, really elite. And, I support the brand as well. So shout out to Larry June. And shout out to Jackson Hayes as well. He's one of the guys who put me on to Larry June as well as Larry Nance.
Trey, when do you think the chemistry, this team started coming together to where you guys are playing really at a nice elite level right now with this team?
I mean, it really just starts from the top guys, B.I., Z, CJ. They've really been sharing the ball a lot and, just getting other people involved. And you can just see the joy that everybody's playing with right now. And, it's really infectious. And then also, like I said, on the defensive end, we're getting stops and running, getting out in transition, something that we do at a really elite level. So I think that's what it boils down to.
And is it nice that everyone is pretty much now on the same path? There's no big egos around. That's, maybe that can be detrimental to some teams where you don't see that on your team right now?
Nah, it's beautiful, man. It's ELE. Everybody loves everybody. So, everybody love everybody. Shout out to semi-pro. So I really like this team. Our locker room is great, and everybody loves everybody.
You think you guys can carry this momentum into Denver on Friday?
Absolutely. Anybody else? Yep. Semi-pro reference.